What's up, you moneymakers and ILUS army? Welcome back to the channel. We are going to talk about ILUS. Why is it not going back to 13 cents? I got a lot of questions from many of my subscribers in my previous video. Specifically, we'll be talking about what I am thinking personally when it comes to ticker symbol ILUS, an OTC traded stock, one of a kind company that is going to do more than $100 million in terms of the revenue for year to date, merger and acquisition company who has been acquiring companies left and right. I'll be answering some of the questions from my subscribers who mentioned why ILUS is not spiking up or rising in terms of the price point. We'll be talking about what I am considering because it's super exciting. Take a look what ILUS mentioned about $140 million in revenue run rate, which is an audited revenue run rate. So I'm super excited because audited revenue run rate means it's a lot more trustful data. There is less chances of errors, and I'll be talking more about what is bringing the price point down. We'll be talking about some of the areas around the short interest for ILUS. I just found this data on Fintel. We'll be talking about the volume, how the volume is moving in terms of the daily chart. We'll be talking about the lockup opportunity. ILUS also discussed about the appointing the investment bank to assist with uplisting and associated acquisitions. And we'll be looking into the chart, RSI analysis, and all that kind of good stuff. So before I go ahead, I just wanted to ask you, if you're part of ILUS Army, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We need at least 250 likes on this videos so we can share this information with more and more people. I do my due diligence. I do a ton of research and analysis. I like to give back to the community. Here I am sharing this information back to you. You also want to remember that I am not a financial advisor, nor am a certified professional, so do your own due diligence. We have made multiple times double, triple, quadruple money in ILUS. We went from 5 cents, 6 cents to 51 cents, and I've been covering ILUS for a longest period of time in terms of the analysis, in terms of what ILUS is up to, and what I see is something I really like. Take a look right here. We went from pretty much 7 cents to all the way to 51 cents. And I have been covering all throughout, and it is 5x return on the money. When we were at 4 cents, it's literally 10x return of the money as well, and I covered this throughout. So once again, I love ILUS. There is a reason why I love. If you're watching my channel, you might be riding for free. If you don't, you really want to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, because we got multiple opportunities to double the money and ride for free. So once again, hit the like, subscribe, and let's get into it. What I'm seeing is, in general, the market is still not stable. It is in turbulence. And always remember that the stock price may or may not reflect what the company is up to. Now, if you think about ILUS, we went to 13, 14 cents, and I was lucky. Probably I covered it at that time from 7 cents to all the way to 14 cents. It just happened before 1 month, before 4 weeks. We had seen this, and I was able to catch that price. And guess what? Many of my subscribers as well. We doubled the money. Now, if you sold 50% of your total investment at that price, so let's say if you bought it around 6 to 7 cents and you sold it around 13 cents ish, 50% of your total holding, which means the rest 50% is for free, because that's just the profit that you got back so there is no money out of your own pocket. That's the idea that I'm talking about. If you take a look at 6 months, ILUS stock price is still at loss of 41.79%, which is a pretty good number. Now, year to date, we are down 73.71%. But hey, if you're riding for free, you might not really worry about it, because it's not your own money that is into the game. And that's when the game becomes a lot more interesting. For one day, ILUS did today 5% up, but we had seen the deep real quick from 8.5 cents to all the way to 78078. So pretty much it went below 8 cents, and many people are wondering what's exactly happening. Now, if you think about it is a short volume, the answer is no. So this is today's volume. I wanted to really quickly tell you that the today's volume, FINRA volume, was 9.8 million. However, on Yahoo, I saw a different number. So let me show you. It's 10.8 million. So now also remember that this is OTC traded stock. The data may be lagging, or there might be slight discrepancy and or variance when it comes to OTC traded stock. These stocks are not available on every brokerage platform. So you have to have your brokerage platform support OTC trading for this particular stock as well. Now, write it down in the comment section below what platform that you're using, or the trading platform brokerage firm that you're using, so others can get benefit out of it. So write down in the comment section below. Now, once again, 10.8 million right here, but based on our FINRA volume, it is 34.92% was the total short volume today, which is October 5th in today's trading session. Based on this, FINRA total volume 9.8, 3.4 million is the short volume. That puts that short volume ratio at 34.92%. Is it a big short volume ratio? No, it is not. Especially with close to 10 million in terms of the total volume, this does not seem, this is a very reasonable short volume ratio. If you take a look yesterday, 48.37, 37.07, 28.51, 34.86, 44.12 FINRA total short volume ratio does not seem like a huge ratio, which is not driving the stock price down. So whoever wrote that comment, just this message is for you, that short volume is not really causing, or short selling is not really causing the dip that you're seeing. Now, what is causing the dip? It is still the market. The market is still in turbulence. Getting back up this market for 5 days, it is up 3.57%. If you take a look at ILUS, it has been zigzagging for 5 days, but overall it's 15% down. Why? Because it went to 10 cents, and from 10 cents we saw almost 7 cents, and from 7 cents it is getting back up to 8.5 cents for 1 month. We are still looking green. Now, if you take a look at NASDAQ for last 1 month, it is down 3.43%. Overall, I'm trying to say is market is sluggish, it is struggling at the moment, and we do not really have a really bull situation at the moment. Fed is increasing the interest rate, causing some concerns into the market, but hey, we need to also get inflation back into control as well. So we can't really blame the Fed for all whatever that is happening, because they need to control the inflation data that we have been seeing, and some concerns around inflation. Now, let's take a look at ILUS particularly. In my opinion, ILUS as a company is becoming stronger and stronger and stronger day by day. Why? Let's take a look at today's tweet that we got from ILUS. This is a very recent tweet before a few hours. Precisely before 9 hours. It was before 7 hours, but now before 9 hours while I'm recording this video. And their audited revenue run rate that they are talking about. They're talking about with a strong Q3 resulting in further quarter-on-quarter growth for ILUS, we remain well on target for $140 million in audited run rate revenue for this year. So this is more trustful data. This is a lot more transparent data when it is an audited revenue. If you already know that ILUS already appointed the firm who is auditing their numbers. Now, when someone is auditing the numbers, it is a lot more transparent and it is more reliable. What they're talking about is our assets are also growing exponentially, and in the short term, they have done tremendously well. And I really agree with what they are saying, because ILUS was a $500,000 company in terms of the revenue just last year in Q1 in 2021. In 2022, in Q4, we are hearing that they are running with yearly run rate of $140 million in revenue. They have clarified, and they had the ambition that JP Backwell mentioned multiple times, that they want to become a $100 million revenue company, which they have already accomplished, which is amazing. On the top of that, they also told us that they want to get uplisted on NASDAQ. Now, what they're doing is they also already appointed the investment bank to assist with uplisting and associated acquisition. What they mean by that is the investment bank have entered into the engagement period, and they, for the compliance reasons, the name of the investment bank cannot be revealed at this time and cannot be made public, but compliance with the laws during this period that includes a limitation for the public statement and gun jumping information will become public as soon as they file the public S1. What they're talking about, JP Backwell and their CEO, we are pleased to confirm that we have been working with a bank who has the headquarters in New York, investment bank, to deliver the uplist and the NASDAQ plans, which we have been busy for many months now. And this is a very tedious process. They have to go through many hoops and a slew of processes to make sure that they are within the compliance, within the policy, within the regulation, just to make sure that they're not violating any policy, so that they're not in trouble when it comes to the uplisting period. The investment bank is certainly one of the most active middle market investment bank based on what they're talking about, and it's a well-known leader in the public offering. They have global presence with billions under their management. Most importantly, they believe in ILUS's vision and growth strategy for the emergency response. So they're talking about ERT and industrial sector, and they're confident that they're getting the right partner for the next phase of growth, says ILUS's CEO, Nicholas Link, which is very bullish statement that they're both agreeing that ILUS has potential to get uplisted via ERT onto the NASDAQ stock exchange. For the most part, I believe it's NASDAQ stock exchange. We don't know until they reveal all this information. So that's important in terms of today's volume. Now, if you're new to volume, is basically number of shares transacted during the trading session, but that was almost 10 million that we talked about. So this page shows 9.8 million, that is today's volume, compared to the average volume of 9.2. But if you go onto the historical page, where you have daily data, it shows 10.8 million in terms of the volume. Now, this is what the challenge for the most due to OTC trading. Now, if it was trading on NASDAQ, NYSE, or any other Dow Jones or any other stock exchange or stock index rather, it would have been pretty accurate numbers. But this glitches and variances because of the OTC market. And that's understandable as long as they're not massive variance. Otherwise, it would be a glitch. But take a look what happened. They went from 780 to 820 to 780 to 870. So it's 1 cent difference, give or take. And they were closed at 820. Again, yesterday they had 17 million in terms of the volume. Today, 10.8. So the volume is looking healthy compared to the average volume. Before they used to do 6 million, 8 million, 5 million, 7 million, so on and so forth. Now they're doing in double digit million for last 3 consecutive trading sessions, which is once again a good sign. However, another thing that you want to notice is what they're doing in terms of the chart. Their RSI looks 45. It's relatively strength index that suggests what is the buyer versus selling volume. We saw that they're not that much short volume, which is causing the dip into the price. Rather, it's an organic dip into the price point, and that happens for small cap companies, and which is why I say in penny stock you can make 3, 4, 5x, 10x return really easy, but relatively you can lose 50, 60, 70% of the money as well. So invest wisely. Don't invest the entire portfolio in penny stock, especially when it comes to OTC stocks. I usually trade less than 10% of my overall portfolio in penny stock. When it comes to OTC stock, I try to be very careful. I only invest in some of the companies that are highly profitable. ILUS, CYBL, SIRC, those are the companies who are pretty profitable and you can hopefully trust. And I don't invest thousands and thousands of dollars. Rather, I try to ride for free. And if you watch my channel, you should be able to do that as well. So do your own due diligence and consider this channel, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Most importantly, hit the like button so we can share this video with more and more people. Now, another thing that I wanted to also mention, by the way, 45 RSI is not an overbought or not an oversold condition. You want to consider that. However, it is not looking super promising in terms of the price point. But once again, when the market rebounds, the company is going to be coming out pretty strong. One of the challenge is with their float, which is 342 million, with the market cap of market cap of 102 million. Now think about the market cap 102 mil, where they're doing 140 million, give or take, in terms of the revenue that they're confirming for this year in 2022, which is an audited revenue, which is looking super happy. The people are super happy here. Take a look right here, replying to ILUS International, and everyone is kind of super happy and talking about how ILUS came around with the volume, with the run rate of the audited run rate rather for the revenue targets, which is super impressive. Again, we confirm that this is not the short volume. We also confirm that the float is a big challenge and they're working on it, and we'll be talking about share lockup very, very soon. Right now, we do not have more information. We do not have the date either. But what that means is shareholders will be given the opportunity to lock up the common ILUS shares in a preference category for 24 months. Participating shareholders will receive the percentage of consideration of the number of ILUS shares for the lockup period that they choose. And they may receive the consideration percentage for the ILUS shares that may be offered with an opportunity for these shares to be converted into ERT. Now, this ERT, or Emergency Response Technologies, will be listed on NASDAQ, or you can also choose any other ILUS subsidiary where that is legally possible. Now, guys, do your own due diligence. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice or buy or sell video. I'm just sharing what I learned, mostly available information on public domain. Further details will be including the percentage, share conversion, so on and so forth, and we'll be getting all this information very, very soon. The full details announcement will be confirming the full details with the lockup for the participating shareholders. Now, I'll keep you posted as to when it happens, but one thing that you want to notice in regards to 24 months ratio, and they shall adhere thereafter to a 12-month lockup period where they agree to commit the sale or the transfers of these ILUS shares that we are talking about in the lockup period. Again, I'll confirm all the information as soon as ILUS talks to us or shares more information. Until then, hit the like, hit the subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'm super happy, and congrats if you're riding for free like many of us do. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.